Choosing between a Speedmaster and Seamaster should be easy. Instead, Omega has made it an absolute nightmare. Moonwatch or Diver 300M, FOIS or Aquaterra, Heritage or Versatility. And when you're spending anywhere from $6,000 to nearly $17,000, choosing the wrong Omega becomes a very expensive regret. So today, we're putting the best Speedmasters and Seamasters head to head to find out which one actually fits your wrist, your lifestyle, and your money, and which ones I'd skip completely. Let's crank the crown. The Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional, $9,000. Let's start with the watch every Speedmaster eventually has to answer to, the Moonwatch. At 42mm, this reference keeps the familiar twisted lugs, black stepped dial, hezolite crystal, and beautifully tapered bracelet that make it feel more artifact than accessory. Then you turn it over, and inside sits the manual winding caliber 3861, METAS certified, coaxial, resistant to 15,000 Gauss, with roughly 50 hours of power reserve. Yes, you still have to wind it. And honestly, that little morning ritual is half the romance. But here's what matters. You're paying $9,000 for a chronograph with just 50 meters of water resistance and technology sorted in another era. If you want maximum practicality, keep watching. But if this is your first serious Omega and heritage matters more than convenience, buy the Moonwatch. It's the Speedmaster I trust to still feel special 20 years from now. If any of these watches catch your attention, you'll find links below to exquisite timepieces, a trusted partner I've personally bought from and confidently recommend. They're an authorized dealer for leading luxury watch brands, so you can browse with confidence knowing you're getting genuine watches backed by manufacturer warranties. If you'd like to check current availability, you'll find the links in the description. The Omega Seamaster Diver 300M, $6,700. Now this is where the Moonwatch starts sweating. The Seamaster Diver 300M gives you a 42mm steel case, 300 meters of water resistance, ceramic bezel, a blue laser-engraved wave dial, helium escape valve, and enough lume to guide a submarine home. Inside, the automatic caliber 8800 delivers 55 hours of power reserve, METAS certification, coaxial escapement, and that same 15,000 Gauss magnetic resistance, without asking you to wind it every morning. And at $6,700, it's $2,300 less than the Moonwatch. That's not pocket change. That's another very respectable watch, or a suspiciously luxurious holiday. That's man math for you. The bracelet is divisive, and the helium valve still looks like Omega forgot to remove a tiny crown. But if this is your only luxury watch, and you need one Omega for work, weekends, swimming, and travel, buy the Diver 300M. It's simply the smarter daily weapon. The Omega Speedmaster, first Omega in space, $8,900. The FOIS is what happens when Omega takes Speedmaster history and makes it easier to actually wear. Inspired by Walter Schirr's CK2998, this 39.7mm case swaps the Moonwatch's twisted lugs for elegant straight ones, while the grey-blue dial, alpha hands, and applied Omega logo give it proper vintage swagger. The sapphire crystal is shaped to mimic old hezolite, without requiring you to treat door frames like mortal enemies. Inside, you get the manual winding caliber 3861, METAS certified, coaxial, resistant to 15,000 Gauss, with a 50-hour power reserve. So mechanically, you're getting modern Moonwatch credibility wrapped in a more romantic silhouette. At $8,900 though, you're only $100 below the Moonwatch. That makes this a heart decision. If you want the definitive Speedmaster story, buy the Moonwatch. But if you want vintage charm, smaller proportions, and something less predictable, I'd buy the FOIS. It's the Speedmaster for someone who already knows the obvious answer. The Omega Aquaterra 150M turquoise, $7,400. And then the Aquaterra walks in wearing turquoise and casually ruins the argument. At 38mm, this is the Omega for someone who doesn't need their watch to announce itself from across the restaurant. The lacquered turquoise dial darkens toward the edge, shifting personality with the light, while the steel case and integrated-looking bracelet make it feel sporty without becoming another dive watch. Underneath is Omega's automatic caliber 8800, giving you 55 hours of power reserve, METAS certification, coaxial escapement, 15,000 Gauss magnetic resistance, and 150 meters of water resistance. Translation: Office Monday, Beach Saturday, same watch. And here's the uncomfortable part. At $7,400, it's $1,500 cheaper than the FOIS. It doesn't have Apollo mythology, and turquoise won't suit everyone. But if you value versatility over heritage, buy the Aquaterra. For someone building a small collection, or no collection at all, this may be the smartest Omega here. If you like calm, honest watch advice, hit subscribe. The Omega Speedmaster Pilot, $10,700. If the Moonwatch is Omega looking backward, the Speedmaster Pilot is Omega remembering that Speedmasters existed before astronauts made them famous. At 40.85mm, the steel case feels purposeful without becoming bulky, while that matte black dial is pure cockpit theatre. Oversized numerals, bold white hands, and colourful subdial details inspired by aviation instruments. Inside is where things get serious. The automatic caliber 9900 brings a column wheel chronograph, vertical clutch, coaxial escapement, METAS certification, twin barrels, and 60 hours of power reserve. Translation: this is a more technically ambitious daily chronograph than the Moonwatch, without the morning winding ritual. But at $10,700, you're paying more than the icon itself. So, if you want history, buy the Moonwatch. If you want the Speedmaster formula with automatic convenience, modern engineering, and fighter cockpit personality, buy the Pilot. It's not the safe Speedmaster, and that's precisely why I like it. The Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean 600M, $9,500. The Planet Ocean doesn't do subtle. It walks into the room wearing dive gear and asks where the nearest trench is. This latest 42mm generation gives you 600 meters of water resistance, a ceramic bezel, serious loom, and that unmistakable orange detailing that makes a black tool watch feel strangely alive. And yes, it has presence, but this generation wears more intelligently than the Planet Ocean bruisers of old. Inside beats the automatic caliber 8912 with Omega's coaxial architecture, METAS master chronometer certification, twin barrels, 60 hours of power reserve, and resistance to magnetic fields up to 15,000 Gauss. This isn't cosplay capability, it's over-engineering you can feel. But here's the question, do you need twice the water resistance of a diver 300 meters? Probably not. At $9,500, I'd skip this if you simply want an everyday Seamaster. But if you want serious dive capability and prefer muscular presence over versatility, this is the Seamaster I'd choose. The Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Reverse Panda, $10,400. Now imagine the Moonwatch got bored of being tasteful and decided to show up in a tuxedo. This reverse panda keeps the familiar 42mm steel case and twisted lug silhouette, but the black dial against those white subdials gives the Speedmaster a sharper, more graphic personality. Add the sapphire crystal and steel bracelet, and suddenly the old space veteran feels considerably more modern. Inside though, the formula remains wonderfully familiar. Manual winding caliber 3861, coaxial escapement, METAS certification, 50-hour power reserve, and resistance to magnetic fields up to 15,000 Gauss. But here's the catch. At $10,400, you're paying $1,400 more than the classic Moonwatch. Mechanically, that's difficult to justify. Emotionally, well, welcome to watches. If you want the safest Speedmaster, buy the classic Moonwatch. But if you already love the Moonwatch and want more visual drama without abandoning the formula, this is the one I'd choose. The Omega Aquaterra GMT Worldtimer, $11,200. And then Omega puts the planet on your wrist. At 43mm, the Aquaterra Worldtimer isn't shy, but the real spectacle is that dial, a laser-ablated world map surrounded by a 24-hour ring and global city scale, letting you read time zones around the world without reaching for your phone like everyone else at the airport. Inside beats the automatic Caliber 8938, a METAS-certified coaxial master chronometer with 60 hours of power reserve, 15,000 Gauss magnetic resistance, and a jumping local hour hand that makes changing time zones genuinely useful. Add 150 meters of water resistance, and this is complicated watchmaking you can actually live with. At $11,200 though, simplicity has officially left the building. The dial is busy, and 43mm won't disappear under every cuff. If you rarely travel, I'd skip it and buy the 38mm Aquaterra. But if you want one Omega for business trips, holidays, and everyday life, the Worldtimer earns its complexity. When this channel reaches 10,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away this brand new Tudor Black Bay 58 GMT. I'll publish a dedicated giveaway video with all the details once we get there. This giveaway is my way of giving back to the watch community that supports this channel. Entry will be free, and one eligible entrant will be selected at random. The Omega Speedmaster Dark Side of the Moon, $16,100. This is what happens when the Moonwatch goes to the dark side and comes back with a titanium skeleton. The latest Dark Side of the Moon wears a substantial 44.25mm black ceramic case, but ceramic keeps it lighter on the wrist than those dimensions suggest. The black dial, tachymeter scale, and monochromatic architecture. Inside is the manual winding Caliber 9908, a METAS-certified coaxial master chronometer with twin barrels, a column wheel chronograph, vertical clutch, 60-hour power reserve, and resistance to 15,000 Gauss. Serious machinery with the movement visible through sapphire. But $16,100 changes the conversation. You're nearly buying two Moonwatches. If you want your first Speedmaster, I'd pass. Buy the classic. But if you already own the Icon and want the Speedmaster that feels completely different, this is the indulgence I understand. The Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean 600M Worldtimer, $16,700. And somehow, Omega looked at a 600-meter Planet Ocean and thought, you know what this needs? Jet lag. The Worldtimer combines serious dive watch architecture with a world time complication, wrapped in a huge 45.5mm black ceramic case. The dial puts Omega's world map at center stage, surrounded by a 24-hour display and city ring, while the diving bezel and 600 meters of water resistance remind you this thing could cross time zones above or below sea level. Inside, the automatic Caliber 8938 delivers METAS certification, coaxial escapement, 60 hours of power reserve, 15,000 Gauss magnetic resistance, and a jumping local hour hand for easier travel. It's spectacular, it's absurd, and at $16,700, it should be. For most buyers, I'd skip it. The Aquaterra Worldtimer is easier to wear and costs $5,500 less. But if oversized ceramic, serious diving capability, and world time complexity are exactly the point, nothing else here scratches that itch. So, Speedmaster or Seamaster? Here's the simplest way I can put it. If you buy watches with your heart, if history, mechanical ritual, and that little emotional hit every time you look down matters most, buy a Speedmaster. And for your first one, I'd still take the classic Moonwatch. But if you're spending your own money and asking which Omega fits real life better, the Seamaster family is harder to beat. The The Diver 300 meters is the practical value pick, while the Aquaterra might quietly be the smartest one-watch Omega here. And that is the point. Don't buy the Speedmaster because astronauts wore one. Don't buy the Seamaster because James Bond did. Buy the watch that fits the life you actually live. Now tell me below, Speedmaster or Seamaster, and which reference gets your money? If any of these made your shortlist, I've linked them below through an authorized dealer offering the full manufacturer warranty. Those links also help support the channel. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and if you made it this far, watch the video on screen next, because you might like it as well.